you can see your face on it. See if you're ugly or not. And we all know
Alrighty. Welcome to a dry run, a practice run of J-Hacks Gaming and Sports Talk, and we're going to talk about some Iowa Hawkeye football, play a little Madden. I won't be able to play as well because I haven't really played this game in a while. I just got a PlayStation because I sold it a year ago or so. So this will be my first experience. I did auto skip through my rookie year because the Raiders drafted me. And I didn't want to play for the Raiders, I wanted to play for the Broncos, and I was lucky enough to get a contract with the Broncos. So this is actually my second season. I'm fighting for a starting spot. Alright. 1 second, just getting stuff together, trying to make sure everything works. Apparently there's a lot of J-Hacks out there, I didn't realize. Just too many crickets.
Yeah, you have to hold on. Yeah, the people that you want them to watch on the table.
Yeah, or anyway, I guess I can't really test it yet. I'll have to wait and see. Oh, wait, here we go. Sounds like my voice might be coming through. But anyway. Anyway, alright, let's get...
And if you want to adjust your voice right now, just hold the... Okay, I'll just do it.
I'm going to turn my mic up a little bit real quick here.
Perfect. Yeah, then just mix it.
There we go. Like I said, this is just practice. I'm going to start doing sports talk. I'm doing it with the Little Madden until the new Madden comes out, and then I'll do the same thing with the new Madden, but I'll take the new Madden more serious. This one I'm just going to have fun. Don't really have any experience with it, but I've played every other year but this year of Madden, so should be pretty good. But I am playing quarterback, obviously. Let's go into our second preseason game. I only played like the first drive of the first preseason game. There wasn't really much. And like I said, I auto skipped through the Raiders my rookie year. We'll use the Broncos playbook. But we're going to start talking about Doyle. People give Doyle way too much credit. Doyle, for the, he was a strength and conditioning coach for Iowa, but it wasn't all him. It's nuts, some of the stories that came out. But so, most of them are definitely true because I was hearing bad things before they even fired him.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football.
We'll skip this. But he was doing some just stupid things like stepping on fingers before they'd work out and stuff, and he would pretty much use hate to motivate people, which you don't really have to do. You got to be able to motivate kids, but you don't have to use hate. We're going to go with the inside zone to start.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Can't do. Try to hit Fant here on the outside. But we'll have Butt do a pivot route.
2nd and 2. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
I do run no huddle. That's actually how I coach. My offense is a no huddle offense. All right, they're going to bring everybody. See if he backs up. We'll hit the slant. Wide open. Catch that ball.
It's Sutton that's complete.
All right, I'm going to pause this for a second because the gameplay is way too loud.
When you give up
So
points
hold on
the
one
opening drive,
second.
in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid.
Gameplay is way too loud. When you give us points, hold on 1 second. In this case, a field goal, you'd hate to go. Is there a way to turn down the gameplay?
But you are the first one that comes up now, so if you want to tell your friends.
Oh. But was it too loud on the stream?
I don't know, it seems loud on there. I didn't turn it up.
I know, it just seems loud in my ear, but hold on, I'll just...
I can do it from here.
That's fine.
I think you have to reset it.
We'll go back.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you
Do
don't
an
want to
angle
feel like it's
route
the end of
here,
the world
if I
either.
can find
nice
it
that they were able to
real
pick up
quick.
the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
I don't have an angle route in this? What? All right.
Where are you going to start?
I'm going to do a little under, a little drag route to Grant here.
Now a play fake here on first down. This taken in by Jakeem
Ooh, Grant with some moves.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
1 second. Okay, I've got Allison on the drag. We're going to put Grant on the pivot route. See if they're in man-to-man.
2nd and 3.
Boom, boom. No, wrong guy.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He
My
could
bad
not
on that
hang
one.
on. It's 3rd down. You know, during these preseason games, we're in week 2 right now. It's always funny looking at our spot charts up here in the booth
Let's
because with
flood
all
the-
the guys that might
we'll
play
flood
in this
the zone.
one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we?
And have
Because,
Sutton run a
remember,
slant.
they're carrying 90 now. And with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the
Actually, we'll
preseason
let him run
before they
a
make the
drag.
final cut. Oh, yeah. A lot
Hit
of guys
Freeman in the
develop for
flat.
these games.
If they're in zone, got him.
To throw. He'll find Royce Freeman.
And by the way, I always play on all Madden. It's always on all Madden difficulty. I don't see any reason to play on any other. What happened? 4th and inches. You kidding me? All right. And they got a field goal.
Got it. 50, Mike 50. You.
Got Freeman in the flat. We'll have Allison run a slant. Sutton will run a drag. See, we got Freeman again. Got him. But
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
we'll run an inside
It works a
zone.
couple of ways for this team because
2nd and
it's a
7.
short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
3rd and 2. Got Fant running a drag. We'll have Sutton run a little bit deeper. Allison will run a pivot. And Grant will run the 4 route, the end route.
They'll drop the throw.
Oh!
He's got his tight end Fant. And he
That
will
was
have
luck.
the first down as he gets this to the 47. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Try a screen pass. I wonder if they worked on this year's.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Oh,
Screen
got him.
pass to
Oh,
Lindsey.
block.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Do an outside zone. Wish I can bring him in motion. I can't do anything.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 3-0.
I really wish you can bring guys in motion, but
Sports.
I don't have that unlocked apparently. It's time to run my play. Verticals. I love this formation.
Okay.
I use this formation in real life,
This is
but I like to do quads as well. Allison's got to run. Oh, I got to get 12. There we go. Fan over the middle, maybe.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, I had him.
And that is incomplete.
Oh. But anyway, about Chris Doyle, people just need to let that go. Stop thinking that Doyle was everything in the world. He had an assistant for 15 years. He's taken over, and the players seem to love him. The players are actually coming more together because of all this. The only I hope is like the next thing I want to talk. This is distractions. These college kids are going to have to let all these distractions go. And will the media let them go? That's going to be the problem during the season, is if the media won't let everything go, then it's going to be a problem for these kids, I believe. But I'm hoping as it goes, but with players like Wadley coming out and saying stuff 8 minutes after he talked about how great of an experience Iowa was, and these other players coming out saying about their hairstyle, and then a lot of people see all of the other players with the same hairstyle. It doesn't seem to me that hairstyles was a big thing at Iowa, because all the players that had all different kinds of hairstyles. And that's players who weren't very good, and players, or I can't say very good, but players who didn't play a lot, just played special teams, had long hair. Players that played all the time, like Adrian Claiborne and Bob Sanders with their long hair. So I don't know what to make of what all these kids are coming out and saying. It's hard to put 2 and 2 together with the lawyer that they got also, who is, talking smack, and it feels like he's trying to push these kids into saying a lot of stuff. So I guess the distractions are going to be a huge thing too. Let's get back into this. Run my favorite formation again. Oh shoot, they scored again. I'm in the second quarter already. Allison's going to run the 2 route. Grant's going to run the 2 route right behind him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football before he knew he was on his back.
That just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Mike, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Come on, give me some
Second and
protection.
15.
Oh my goodness, he's wide again.
In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Brandon, if I'm
I
an
have
offensive coordinator,
no
I see
protection.
like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Oh, come on, give me some time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to
Finally.
This is the tight end fan. And they're going to get this beyond the 40.
I still didn't have any time. My offensive line is just terrible.
26 yards.
This is crazy.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
53 is the mic. Hey, me and you all day.
See.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased
Oh,
out,
my
and
goodness.
He can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett, his second sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally,
This is
don't have a lot
nuts.
of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on
Okay.
constant duress this
Looks like they're in
entire
cover
game.
one.
I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think,
Ah,
there's still
damn
a
it.
long way to go in this football game. We've hit the 2-minute mark
Dang
in the
it.
first half. 10-0 our score.
All right.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan.
They're in cover
Coachman
2, the
on our
middle's gonna be
look back
wide
at our
open. We
first
gotta
half,
throw it
as well
right
as a
over
look
that
ahead to what's
middle
coming
linebacker.
up later this weekend.
If he gets
2nd and
deep
13.
enough, he doesn't. Boom.
That's caught over the middle by Fant.
They
And
stay
they're
in
well
that.
past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
So I just get
19
3
yards
seconds to
pick
make a
up there.
decision.
Move the chains.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've
All
been
right.
sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's
Yeah,
not
see, they
always
were in
making an
cover 2.
adjustment. Sometimes it's just going
Just like
back
we
to
thought.
what you know can work
All right.
and finally getting it done.
Still
This
looks like they're in
offense
cover
finding
2.
its legs now. Here's another
I don't
first
see them
and
being
10.
in cover 4.
Charlie, 53 is the mic. 53, check 53.
So he's going to leave his area.
Come, baby. Woo! Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got
Sutton
Mike
coming
coming
across.
up.
We're going to confuse that
They
middle
look to
linebacker.
throw.
No!
Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to
Oh,
easily
that
get
D
a
lineman
pick.
dropped back.
But instead it falls down incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, yo. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike 50, Mike 50.
There we go.
2nd and 10.
No!
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This is just
Sheldon
downright
Richardson
silly.
able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Yeah, they can't. Look at
Now
this.
back to throw.
Atta baby.
That's
Get
caught
her.
by Geronimo Allison.
Atta baby, Allison.
It's a gain of 26 as they
I'm just
pick
gonna have
up
to
the
get out
first
of
down
the-
in the process.
Pocket.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be.
Okay.
On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on
I'm gonna
the
stay
run,
in that. I'm
able
gonna
to
go. Looks like they
accurately
might
throw
be
the
in
football
cover
for a
2
nice
man.
first down.
So we're gonna have him do it. Those guys are gonna both take that safety. Sutton's gonna take that safety. And I'm gonna try to hit Fant over the middle.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Got him again. No!
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold
My
on
bad, I
to
tried
the
throwing a low
contact.
pass.
Brings up 2nd down.
I didn't
As
want
we
it to get
thought they might do
intercepted.
here in week 2 of the preseason. They've left their starting quarterback out there for the
See,
second
once again,
quarter.
oh.
But I would imagine we will not see him after
Winfrey, I
halftime.
don't
Yeah, this
know.
is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect
Lindsey on the
your starting
slant.
quarterback.
Let them go deep. Let's see if we can hit him deep.
Now he'll look
Got
to throw
him.
here on
Get
2nd
it,
and
get it.
10. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
All right, we're gonna run the deep in cut here.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
We're gonna run the 6 route, smart route 1. Yeah, we're gonna run the 6 route.
Mike 50, Mike 50. You ain't going
Have them guys run off the safeties. Try to hit Sutton over the middle or Fant.
ready, go.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, I had him.
Nowhere to escape, and
I don't
he
have the
goes
time to run the
down.
6 route.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
Oh my
As the
goodness.
clock will stop with 34.
Okay, now we can talk about some coaches. Kirk's gonna have to let everything go as well, as far as what the media's gonna say, and keep doing what he's doing as far as what let the players speak, for themselves. Like they had the big meeting. He said it was one of the meetings that he's never had in his whole career. Everybody expressed their feelings, and it made everything come together. they're starting to, figure out the different cultures and stuff of people on the team, which is great. As long as the players are loving it, that's what, they just have to keep doing that, and don't listen to the media. Don't make them make you say something. Just make it with the team and your recruits. The recruits are still there. They lost, Alt, but he wasn't really going to Iowa anyway. He was leaning towards other places anyway. So he wasn't really a loss because he did say he wanted to work out with Doyle, but that wasn't the only reason. So they only lost one true recruit, because of the.
You want me to change the settings? Are we done with it?
No, I'm not done, buddy. I'm just talking about Iowa football. Because of, this deal. Even the one player who decommitted, he recommitted because he wanted to, explore other options, I'm guessing because of everything. It's hard to talk about racism as far as in the Iowa program because it really angers me of a lot of the stories that we hear. But like what Claiborne said, you treat them the same way they treat you. Claiborne said, yeah, Doyle was he used a bad word. He said Doyle was a dick to him, so he was a dick back. That's what you got to do. You can't whine and cry and go, into a corner or whatever, or just make it get to you. You just treat him exactly the same way. Who cares? If he wants to be. But most strength and conditioning coaches are, they're mean. They are. But they're trying to motivate you. The difference with Doyle is he was motivating players, he thought he was, by belittling them. It's worse than military because he's using race. If he really said all the stuff they say he said, which I heard a lot of this a couple of years ago, so I believe it's true. So I don't know. They're just going to have to let all that go. I just pray. And I know some of the one player said, and I don't want to give any of these players names, but one player did say that Brian Ferentz called him, that's a dumb play for a black player or something like that. And I don't see that being true. Some of the stuff just seems too, because I don't see all the other black players not saying something, or even the black coaches. They're black coaches that would say something if he were to say something like that. So some of the stuff is just weird. It's just too weird to believe, but you can't dismiss it until it's proved otherwise. So, as far as the coaches go, as long as Brian's still there, he has to focus on his thing. Ferentz has to focus on his thing. The team, this would be the year he's going to be the ultimate CEO of the whole team. He's got to know what the strength and conditioning coach is doing. He's got to know what his son Brian's doing. He's got to know what Parker's doing. But all the players love Parker. The players that came out against Parker, actually there's only one player, I believe. All the other players, black, white, whatever, said you're completely lying about Parker. So they literally defended Parker. I haven't seen any players defend Brian. So all the players, every single one of the players, with the exception of Wadley and DJK, it's which he had issues when he was there. All right, let's get back to football. Oh, looks like I'm out. They took me out. They let me play to half. I got 3 points. Seems like the clock goes too fast.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that,
4
and then they got it
takeaways.
together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis.
I mean,
and
the
best
Broncos
darn
don't
crew
really
in the
have any
industry. I'm
receivers.
Brandon Gaudin. This has been a
crazy.
presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
And Drew Lock had a better game than me. And then the next thing, is Iowa edge. They still have to keep their edge. They can't let all this take away from their edge because they don't get the best players. And the Iowa edge it's real. Like, they have to they got to be the toughest players. They have to continue just focused. They're not going to show up and be like Alabama and just run away with games. Especially now that there's no non-conference games. So all their games are going to be just conference. And let's hope they go to 10 conference games because that's what's being talked about as well. That would be all right, but I really hope they do just keep their edge about themselves. Well, it's weird. They said they're walking on eggshells, but it just seems on game day they would be focused, especially defense. And defense, you got to be motivated to play defense. You can't play defense if you're not, motivated. You got to play with a little anger, with your edge. And that's pretty much what Iowa players do. They play outside themselves a lot, especially on defense. Now, last year, the offensive line sure didn't have any edge. They really struggled until close to the end of the year. They got better and better. But, they weren't allowing as many sacks. And some sacks were on Stanley, but most weren't. You got to count the 4 seconds. Most of his sacks were way before 4 seconds. Way before 3 seconds. Because we weren't picking up any blitzes. So it wasn't all on Stanley. A lot of people like to blame everything on Stanley because they said he's holding the ball. But if you watch the replay, go back and watch his games and tell me how many times he was actually sacked with more than 3 seconds. We'll just do that because 3.5 seconds is the goal. If your quarterback has 3.5 seconds to throw the ball and get sacked, that's called a coverage sack. And there were so many times, especially in the Michigan game, he didn't even have 3 seconds.
I need to see that workman attitude today. We got to get better today.
So I'm just hoping Iowa keeps their edge.
Work today. You ready to work? You ready to work? All right, then let's see it. Let's get out there and do it.
And I'm hoping the media.
Let's go. 10 Lobo.
Okay, what am I supposed to do? Run the vertical concepts and get a first down. All right. Let's see. Looks like they're in. It doesn't let me see the defense, so I can't look left, right. I just gotta. Got him. I'm telling you what, they got Fant's a stud. He hasn't really dropped the ball.
60 outlaw.
Same thing. Same coverage, looks like.
Set, go.
See you wait. Over the top. Yeah, same thing. Oh, he dropped that one. Of course. I have to throw it over the linebacker, so I got to throw it high. So that sucks. Okay, looks like we're in cover 2.
Ready.
I'm telling you, Fant can just take over games. You might have 100 catches this year.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
60 Pittsburgh, back to cover 1.
Ready, go.
See where the safety is. Got him.
Come on, set. 70 Indy.
Cover 1 again.
Ready.
Just wait till he passes. Got him again.
Hey, man, listen. Great job today. It was a step in the right direction for you and this team.
Well,
And
thank
as
you
long as
very
we
much.
keep moving in the right direction, we're going to be just fine.
Dang, I missed one. That's right. Fant dropped it over down the field. And let's hope Petrus. If you watch highlights of Petrus, everybody is really high on him. But if you watch his highlights, all of his receivers were wide open. He didn't have to do, a whole lot. in high school. Nobody was falling around his feet. So I'm hoping, and receivers are not going to be as open at this level, at Iowa, as they were in his high school. I know he broke Jared Goff's records, but how good was his receivers? Because they were just running rampant, wide open. And maybe they threw more times than they did with Jared Goff. Maybe they had a better running back. I don't know, but they were throwing the ball a lot, and he was slinging it. But once again, he didn't have to throw perfect passes very often. He legit just had to throw it up.
This is preseason football on EA Sports.
And he would underthrow a lot of his receivers, and that could have been on purpose.
Between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are
because when you have your receiver that wide open running, you can just throw it up.
West of downtown Denver, off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is
I'm going to do
guys get set to match up
more videos
San Francisco 49ers and
on
the
actual Iowa
Broncos.
football. This was just a dry run of practice. I wanted to talk a little bit about, Doyle, the distractions, coaches, the edge, and let's hope Iowa keeps their edge.
Certainly,
and the media. Let's hope they leave us alone, but I don't think they will. Well, not us, the Iowa players. I think the media is just going to be all over them every week. And when you're 18 to 22, sometimes it's hard to let that stuff go. One loss could turn into 4 losses because of the players just are tired of the media. But, okay, I'm going to stop this stream and start another stream, because I'm done with my dry run, but then I'll just start a second stream with just talking about my gameplay and stuff like that. I just want to do a little bit about Iowa football. Alrighty.